Hello and welcome. This is an unplanned video, but however, I feel the necessity to make this to make this across. Just this morning, a friend of mine, somebody I respect very much, an Igbo friend of mine, sent me a video, and in that video is a broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu, where he is trying to elaborate why Edo is Biafra, why Benin is Biafra. I am from Delta State. I am an Urobo man, proudly Urobo man. My wife is Urobo, my children are Urobo, my mother is Urobo, my great-grandfather is Urobo, my father, up to the generation I can remember, they are Urobo. Nowhere did he tell me that I have relationship with Igbos, but they are my brothers. Now, this angle that Nnamdi Kanu is threading to rewrite the history of people, I like to say it's a very, can you stop that nonsense? I like to say it's a very dangerous path that he is taking. And the fallout of this venture that Nnamdi Kanu is taking, I can assure you, will not be palatable when the effect begins to metamorphose. Now, this thing started like the boy on the street would say, like play. And I thought, after the negative reaction from the people that Nnamdi Kanu is trying to rewrite their history, he will stop this part. I'm shocked that he has even increased his momentum to suggest that people who hitherto have claimed themselves to be who they are not what they think they are. Rather, they are now Biafrans. Now, it's not that Nnamdi Kanu said Edo is Biafra or Urobo is Biafra. That is the most painful part. The most painful part is the caliber of people that are now beginning to buy into this concept of rewriting people's history. The man who sent me this video is an eloquent writer, one very good intellectual that I respect so much. Judging by the content of its vocabulary, one can actually, contend that he's a well-read personality. But for him to agree that Edos are Biafra, in fact, the whole of Delta and Edo, the former Bendel, that were all Biafra, and he's trying to sell the narrative to me, knowing fully well what my reaction will be like. In fact, I told him straight on that our friendship ends here. And he should never call me again. Michael Ibe, in case you are watching this video, my friendship and your friendship ends here. That is a no-go area for me. Do not try to change what I think I am. Do not try to change what people think they are. Magnus Oraka is an Urobo man. Please don't try to change it. The Edos are Edos. The Benins are Benins. The Urobos are Urobos. The Isokos are Isokos. The Ijos are Ijos. Leave them for what they say they are. This idea now of trying to make them believe that they are not what they think they are, the outfall or the outcome of what it will eventually metamorphose will not be palatable to the Igbo man. And for those of you who say IPOB does not represent the wish of Igbos, I think that narrative should end there, because so far, the voice that we are constantly hearing is that of Nnamdi Kanu. And he doesn't mince his words. He said it in black. He says them in black and white. And the message is loud and clear. And the message is, those of us perceived to be the minorities, or those perceived to be in the liberal line area, according to some of you, must be made to think that they are not what they think they are. Rather, they are Igbos. This new concept that Nnamdi Kanu is peddling is only going to dampen and deepen the animosity between the Igbos and their riverine areas. Please take that to the bank. No any Urhobo man will jettison his culture and tradition and heritage to embrace that of the Igbo man. No Edo man will throw away his heritage and embrace that of the Igbos. No Isoko man will throw away his heritage and embrace that of the Igbos. The insistence and attempt by the rogue Nnamdi Kanu to continue on this path is only deepening the animosity and the hatred and the quarrel that is going to exist between the Igbos and their neighbors. To ask me, just like somebody called me sometime in the past and said that when I was making video in favor of Biafra and all the foolishness I was doing before, that I should stop referring to myself as Urhobo. I should, from then on, start saying I'm Igbo. Then that was where my head, something started clicking in my head. There is more to this Biafra quest than meets the eye. When I watched that video, I noted down a few very, very silent reason. Sorry, let me reply someone. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. Okay. Oh, sorry. No. Okay. Sorry, I just need to reply somebody. Now, sorry. When I was watching that video, you see, the problem with Nnamdi Kanu is he thinks he's so smart. He's so smart that nobody else is as smart as him. That is the problem he has. And because he has the multitude of all these garage boys and illiterates and educated illiterates in his fold, and they are all hailing him, he suddenly thinks that a newfound hero has been discovered in Igbo land. Well, if Nnamdi Kanu is the most brilliant person in Igbo land, sorry, he doesn't even qualify for an ounce of recognition in Urhobo land. We have far more intelligent people than him. Even me, I can't claim to be among the best half of intelligent people in Delta State. Now, in that video, what he did was he said that nobody should call the line, that he will call you. Nnamdi Kanu will be the one to call. What does that tell you? That the video itself or the discussion itself will be a selective audience. Because if I'm going to call an audience, I won't call somebody who is going to be antagonistic. And to that effect, the very first caller clearly, confirmed my suspicion. The first caller was very eager to claim he was from Edo State and was very eager to rebut why he shouldn't be called Edo, why he should be called Biafra. You could clearly see that it was an arranged broadcast, because no person with a true identity would, even though there is this sudden realization that you are not Edo, the eagerness with which the so-called caller who claimed to be an Edo man was willing to elaborate his non-Edo-ness was too fake, was too deliberate. So to me, that whole recording, that whole broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu trying to prove Edo is Biafra is sheer propaganda. And this is where I believe that Nnamdi Kanu is digging the Igbos into a cataclysmic end that will never benefit the Igbos. And to those who think you are silent, in your spirit you support what he's doing, but you say, I'm not Biafra, but, sorry, I'm not IPOB, but I support. You are digging, you are digging the trenches of your downfall. You have not learned from the past. You are the same people that always want to go to history. That we don't know our history, we don't know our history. It's amazing that people who, in an attempt to find their origin, have, snowballed themselves or have veered off the path of history to say that they are from Israel. And the Israel has, the Jews have issued out a communique disowning the Igbos, that they are not from Israel. So where are you from? For people that are searching for their history, to be the one telling people who their history is, for people who are searching, who are in the quest for their history, to be the ones telling people their history is a great insult to the integrity and heritage of those people in question. So it's amazing that your Nnamdi Kanu is attacking the very foundation of the heritages of people. You keep quiet. When we come to respond, you abuse us and insult us. Well, for anybody who attacks me for attacking Nnamdi Kanu's position of redirecting or changing my heritage, you are my enemy. I take no prisoners in my responses. I take no prisoners. I am somebody who believes in coming together. I believe in coming together, no doubt. Nobody can change my conviction that we need to come together to fight a common enemy. But what is even far more dangerous with IPOB is the fact that you are taking a realistic event, an existential event, to peddle a more sinister agenda. What I want to ask Nnamdi Kanu is, what is really the intention of trying to change the identity of people? What is the correlation of freedom fighting and changing the intention of what is the correlation of freedom fighting, of saying you want to free your people from the Fulani incursion, with changing the identity of people from what they say they are? If I'm an Robo man, how does telling me that I'm not Robo, I am now Igbo, how does it add to freeing me from Fulanis? How does changing Edos from recognizing himself as Benin to Biafra add to freeing ourselves from Fulani? The truth is this: I know the whole truth. The truth is that the likes of Nnamdi Kanu knows very well. He's a smart guy. Please, for those who say Nnamdi Kanu is a fool, no. That guy is very, 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 very smart. It's just that the type of smartness he has is a mischievous smartness. There are smartness for good deeds. I'm a very smart guy. I think I'm smarter than Nnamdi Kanu, way smarter than him. But he has a crowd. I don't have the crowd. But you know that evil has followership. Good does not have followership. Because it takes a very calm mind, a very sane mind to appreciate a good seed of truth. But when you find somebody who is melodramatic, trying to reverberate all nonsensical jamboree, blah, 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 we are going to bring Nigeria down. Such dramatists attract crowds. But I'm not interested in that crowd. Like I told you, I had a page with over 45,000 followers. If I'm a sycophant for crowd followership, I would have left that page to still be on. But I'm not interested. Even this page that I have now, I have blocked over 1,000 people. If I want crowd, I just go there and unblock all those people and I have all garbage. But if you are in this group and you are watching me, it means you are one of the very few good ones that I've allowed to watch. Just make one false comment and I block you straight away. I'm not interested in crowd. So the truth is this. The greatest problem of an Igbo man is not the Fulani man, it's not the Edo man, it's the Igbo man himself. And the problem he has is his inability to see that very problem he has, or his arrogant refusal to see that very problem. And that problem is he thinks about himself alone. He doesn't have that ability to include others, drag others. The Fulanis are as powerful as they are today because they have the support of other tribes. The Yorubas are as powerful as they are today because they have the support of other tribes. You, on the other hand, you don't have any support. Rather than ask yourself, why don't you have this support? You say they are envious. Who is envious of you? Nobody. Nobody. People don't just like you because they have to like you. No. There must be something about you that should endear people to like you. People can't like you when you constantly remind them that you are better made. You are specially made. God made you better than them. I've seen people tell me to my face that they are better than me. Not once, not twice, physically and on social media. I've constantly heard this. Should this endear me to like you? Certainly not. You want Biafra. You are adding people to your map. People you have not spoken to. People you constantly insult on social media. You're distracting me. People you constantly insult on social media. People you give them names, slaves, Fulani slave, all sorts of despicable names. You want them to come to your Biafra. That is not how they get Biafra. That is not how to get country. That is not how to create alliances. You don't get alliances by ridiculing people. You don't get alliances by making people feel less about themselves. You don't. That is not how to get your country. So this video is directed specifically to Nnamdi Kanu. Look, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu, Supreme Leader to yourself. This stupidity that you are peddling, you're just endangering whatever goodwill that is left of the Igbo people. There are very beautiful Igbo people. Wonderful. Wonderful, beautiful, marvelous Igbo people. I'm a beneficiary of the kindness of an Igbo man. Believe me, when you meet a very good Igbo man, you'll be amazed at how beautiful they can be. But those groups who believe in the superiority of the Igbo race are the ones destroying whatever goodwill the Igbo man has left. And Nnamdi Kanu is a classical example of those class of Igbo people who believe that God specially made them superior to everybody around them. That is why they've been unable to have people aligning with them. Now, the tool they are using now is this propaganda, brainwashing our young minds to think that they are not what they think they are. And to also use the misdirection of Fulanis are in our bushes, raping our women and You people should stop this movement now. They are using this misdirection of Fulanis are in our bush, Fulanis are raping our women, to take our mind to a real threat. While your mind is fixated on that real threat, they blind you of the real motive of positioning themselves to be the new Lord of the Rings. If this is not your agenda, why find it difficult to come to that round table? What is it about that round table that you are afraid to come and sit and talk? This your new Biafra you are inviting me to. How will it be? What is my take in it? What is in it for me? These are my own fears. How is it going to be taken care of? These are my demands. These are my demands. How is it going to be included in the scheme of things? You are afraid to come to that round table because some of your agenda, when you come to that round table, you will be forced to jettison them, or those sinister agenda cannot be achieved because we are as smart as you are, if possible smarter than you. So whatever motive or whatever agenda you have, maybe you want access to the sea, or maybe you want access to our land, or maybe you want access to our wealth, such clauses will be included in whatever agreement, but you don't want it. That is why you are afraid to come to that round table. So to bypass that round table, our youths are now your target. You are not targeting our youth, Ufoma Biafra, Isoko Biafra, Uwa Sofia, Efewanogo. These young minds, less than 30, 20, 25 to 30, or 20 to 30, brainwashing them, selling the scrap called Biafra restoration. We don't want Biafra in Delta State. For those of you, if you think you are Igbo and you are Delta and you are okay with your Biafra, please cross the bridge and go to Biafra land. But I had really thought that it was possible for an Igbo other tribe union. But it is very difficult to separate the Igbo man with his self-imposed arrogance. Very difficult. And this is not IPOB alone. I'm being generic here. You can slap me for all you care. I don't care. This is my own feeling. Just like you can hardly separate the Hausa man with his religion. You can hardly separate the Yoruba man with his Tiwa Tiwani. Yoruba is our own. It's the same way it is very difficult to separate the Igbo man with his self-imposed arrogance. There's something about him that says that he is somebody. He is hardworking. He's a unique breed. And because of that, he sees others as lazy, as not capable to qualify as human beings, because all they think about is just to marry and give birth. That is who they are. You must respect it. The job people, they just like to marry and give birth. That is who they are. Respect them. The Edos are just lazy. All they do is prostitute. That is who they are. Respect it. The same you say we should respect America with their gay policies. Respect everybody with who they are. Because I know it's not every Edo man that is a prostitute. It's not every Edo woman that is a prostitute. Just as they catch armed robbers on the street every day and you see that maybe 3 of them are Igbos, does not mean I will come and say every Igbo man is an armed robber. We have them everywhere. We have armed robbers in Igbo land. We have armed robbers in Edo land. We have prostitutes in Edo land. We have prostitutes in Igbo land. We have them everywhere. Whatever one ethnic tribe shares, the other tribe has it. So it would be wrong to stereotype people with one with something that you see a group of people practicing. We still have lazy Igbo people. We have beggars. We have beggars in Igbo land. I was in Nimo one time. I saw people shaking this tambourine and begging on the street. It's everywhere. So it is wrong to be stereotyping. I don't do that. I really don't do that. So Let it not look as if I am deviating. The idea of Nnamdi Kanu rewriting the history of people should stop. Edo is Edo. Benin is Benin. My father is about 78 or so now. He knows himself to be only Urobo. The father of my father died at the age of 90 something, about 30 years ago. He knew himself to be Urobo. The father of that one's father died as an Urobo man. Where did you come all of a sudden, a small boy, now trying to go back to the history of this, to the history of William Oraka, the history of Oraka, the history of Ukabe, the history of Ekikeme, 4 generations, to tell them that no, they are not what they think they are. They are Igbos. This thing that you, Nnamdi Kanu, have started is not going to end well. This path that you are towing, stop it. Stop it. It's not going to end well. The only benefit, the only gain you will gain from this is just enmity between the Igbo man and their neighbors. And it's not going to augur well. It's not going to augur well. You have so much disadvantage. You have so many disadvantages than your advantage. The only advantage you have, yes, you have population. That's true. You are industrious. That's true. You are even the intelligence self is even overrated. But you have so many disadvantages. You lack one of your greatest disadvantages, that you lack the ability to make friends. In fact, it's like you enjoy making enemies than friends. If when I came up in the past trying to make friendship for you, you were on the other hand making enemies. So all my efforts to even make you become friendly was thwarted by your ability to make enemies for yourself. And then the size of your land space. Now more than ever, people are now going to guard their land so jealously than before. Because the agenda is clear through what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. This whole thing is a target to expand the empire of the Igbo land, of the Igbo man. This is what this is all about. And what better way can this be achieved